Welcome everyone. My name is Susan Phillips. I'm the president of the Asian Chamber of Texas, and I'd like to welcome you to our Be Your Own Boss seminar. And I want to introduce a really dynamic individual. She's got more energy than I've ever seen before, and she's just a hoot to speak with and engage with. I want to introduce Keren Shamay. Keren is with Insperity, and she works with C-suite executives who want to turn their company into a top employer in their industry. With her help, her clients have peace of mind, can protect their bottom line, and scale sustainably. With her help, her clients have a Fortune 500 infrastructure long before they are a Fortune 500 company. And her ultimate goal is to leave you better off than before you met. Now, whether you end up doing business with her or not, she's there to help you. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and introduce Keren. Keren, come on board.
Taking over the reins. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I hope you're all doing well. I'm loving the fact that the heat wave broke, and so I'm hoping everybody else is enjoying it a little bit as well. I am going to run through this kind of quickly because I want to make sure that we honor everybody's time and we can end on time. So if I go through this too quickly, you will be getting my contact information. Feel free to get a hold of me and I will be happy to go over anything that you missed or wasn't clear in detail. So please don't hesitate to get a hold of me. What I'm going to talk about is the business life cycle. And for all small business owners, you need to know this and what to expect, what happens, what you're looking at, and where to start asking for help. So the first part is going to be inflection points, and it will become more clear when the rest of the pictures show up. But these are going to be inflection points. These are going to be the points in your business where things might come up, you hit a stall. Once you hit that stall, this is generally where it's going to happen, and this is where you're going to start looking for partners for help. So the general business life cycle kind of looks like this. You start off small, and then you grow and you grow and you grow, and at some point, you have to make a choice. Do you keep growing or do you exit? The two things that we're going to be looking at are talent versus risk. So over here is all of your people, how they affect your business, what they do. And here is everything that's going to be affecting your bottom line or your wallet or your pocket, depending on how big you are. As an entrepreneur, what your goal is achieving viability. And that's also your first challenge, achieving viability. Will you stay in business or will you fall apart? I think everybody knows the first 5 years are the most important in a small business. Now, once you start dealing with people, those people outside of your family, so once you start hiring people outside of mom, dad, aunts, uncles, sisters, and brothers, you're going to have to look at the culture. Every organization has a culture, whether it's by design or by default. If you are going to be a good leader, you want to create a design rather than default to whatever happens, because if you do that, your people will be very unhappy. So your goal is to create a culture that makes people want to come to work with you. Administrative infrastructure. This is where you have to deal with onboarding, payroll, all of the documents, the I-9s, the W-2s, the W-4s, all of that has to be in place and taken care of one way or the other at this stage. The next area is emerging growth. So you've made it, congratulations. You've gone past 5 years and now you're starting to scale. Emerging growth, your number one challenge is accelerating your growth. You want to actually move up in trajectory rather than staying flat. Right here, between achieving viability and accelerating growth is generally where you're going to see an inflection point. Either your culture might need some help or the administrative infrastructure needs to be scaled up. So who's running your payroll? Who's doing all your year-end taxes? All of that needs to be in place in order for you to move beyond this first inflection point. The next one, gaining a talent advantage. So the human beings that you are hiring into your organization, how do you get the best? What do you need in place in order to attract, retain, and maintain the best people? Because you might be able to attract them, but if you don't have the things in place that employees want,